Deep in the heart of ancient Egypt, under the shadow of the mighty Karnak temple, there lies a room swathed in shadow and history, a place not meant for the light of day or the uninitiated eyes. This is the Holy of Holies, a hallowed space reserved for the communion between the corporeal and the divine. As we enter, guided by only the flicker of an oil lamp, an air of expectancy hangs, dense with the scent of kifi, ancient incense thought to connect mortals with gods. In the darkness, a solitary figure emerges, kneeling in solemn reverence. Pharaoh, the earthly embodiment of order and power, stripped of his royal gold, bears nothing but a white linen sheath. Before him stands the high priest, eyes surrounded by the signature coal of their land, a guardian of the mysteries. In this sacred place, authority is not worn, it is understood. I have mastered the lands, I have counted the grains of the harvest, I see all. Why do I still feel empty? Pharaoh's voice trembles, a paradox of vulnerability from the one deemed a living god. The question hangs in the air, as transient yet profound as the incense smoke curling above his head. The high priest, face half obscured in the lamp's flickering light, offers neither sympathy nor rebuke. Because you only see what is before your eyes. You perceive the world as a kingdom to be ruled, but you do not feel the world as the blood in your veins. His words cut through the silence like a well-honed blade, dissecting the layers of reality that Pharaoh has built for himself. For the Pharaoh, the world had always been an expanse to conquer, a dominion over which he presided as the sun. Yet here, under the lattice of stone and starlight, the high priest imparts a lesson. You are a man looking at a mountain, thinking you are separate from the stone. In the ensuing silence, Pharaoh confronts the core of existence, questioning not just his rule but his understanding of self. I am the king, I am the sun. A declaration perhaps, but it is laced with the undercurrent of doubt, like the tug of an unseen tide pulling at the shores of certainty. You are a mask, the high priest counters, stepping closer, each movement deliberate, weighted with the gravity of generations. You seek the secret name of Amun, but the name is not a word, it is a frequency. To hear it is to let the Pharaoh die so the hidden one may wake. A revelation dawns not with light but with an engulfing darkness as the high priest places his hand over Pharaoh's eyes. The camera narrows into the Pharaoh's ear, the world outside ceasing to exist as the drumbeat stops, replaced by a cosmic wind, vast and invisible, spanning the lengths of existence. Amun is the hidden one who isn't hidden, the narrator announces, unseen yet ubiquitous as Amun himself. He is seen in all, but if you don't know what to look for, you will not see. To understand, you must see who is behind your eyes, behind the body you hold. The high priest leans in, whispers a secret delivered not as language, but a low-frequency vibration, the ancient utterance intended to resonate within the core of Pharaoh's being. It reverberates through time, stirring the air until it's felt rather than heard, rousing a visceral reaction. Pharaoh's body jerks violently, a seismic shift as his consciousness expands beyond the confines of human experience. What unfolds next is a montage of interconnectedness, the fabric of reality spread out before him like a tapestry woven of life and death, matter and void. A drop of rain impacting a leaf mirrors the detonation of a distant star, paralleled by his own birth, events that are intrinsically tied to one another, as if the threads of fate have conspired to unveil this ultimate truth. In this state of transcendence, identity dissolves. He is no longer a sovereign observing from his throne. He becomes the earth's pressure, the water's persistence, the air's breath. The transformation culminates as the voice he now possesses speaks not as his own, but as a resounding chorus encompassing the multitude of creation. I am not the king of the land, I am the land. The secret is, there is no me, there is only him. In this moment, the temporal barriers dissolve, and the truth laid bare is stark, unsettling, and yet empowering. The ego's death is not annihilation, but integration with the cosmos' eternal heartbeat. The scene drifts back into the subdued hum of ancient twilight, leaving us to ponder. Behind the allure of power and grandeur, the unrelenting human quest to transcend the self emerges as timeless and universal. As we extract ourselves from the sacred space, it becomes apparent that it was never about answers, but the questions, the ancient echoes that precede understanding. What do we as seekers look for in darkened rooms and oldest temples? Perhaps, like the Pharaoh, we find not what we desire, but what we need. The realization that true power lies not in our ability to command the world, but in the understanding that we are intricately part of the world. This mystic tale, caught in the annals of time, unfolds like a whispered promise, leaving us to wonder, is the battle against the ego not the fight itself, but the surrender, the acceptance of a higher resonance that binds us all? And as the camera fades out, the final image, a single enduring question, shimmers quietly, seeding intrigue long after the narrative ends. In gazing into the great unknown, do we seek dominion or unity? The answer, like the secret name of Amun, echoes beyond words, felt in the quiet spaces between our thoughts. In our lives, which story are we truly living, the one of separation or the one of eternal connection? As we journey deeper into the tapestry of history, the narrative we uncover isn't just embedded in grandiose mythology, but in the subtle threads of everyday exchange among ancient cultures. These threads, intertwined through trade, conflict, and migration, wove a rich fabric where stories were not just told, but lived and experienced collectively. Anthropologists and historians have long affirmed that the tales of ancient societies were not isolated, but intricately connected across continents. In Egypt, for example, the reverence for the unseen powers found parallels along the Mediterranean, echoing through Greek and Persian mythologies. This interconnectivity suggests a shared human endeavor to ascribe meaning to existence, to reach beyond the physical and touch the divine. Records from clay tablets, hieroglyphic carvings, and papyri reveal societies striving to decipher their place in the cosmos. They tell of journeys taken under starry skies, of dreams pursued in the face of the unfathomable. These fragments of civilization challenge our modern assumptions, inviting us to reassess our own narratives. Today's scholars often grapple with this duality, the desire to understand and codify the stories of the past, against the equally compelling call to feel them in their lived context. It is in these ancient narratives, whether scripted in stone or whispered through generations, that we find both our likeness and our legacy. Yet, as we untangle these pieces, we face the same questions that captivated our ancestors. Is our story driven by forces beyond our comprehension, or are we co-authors of an ever-expanding human saga of unity and discovery? As we close one chapter of this exploration, we are left not with answers, but with an invitation, a call to listen closely to the echoes of our collective past, and perhaps discover that the true secret lies not in any definitive name or story, but in the act of seeking itself. This is where history and future converge, perpetually rewriting the script of human connection.